Coming up, make sure your voice is heard here at the College Due page by voting in this year's student election. We'll tell you when and where to cast your vote. COD celebrates Black History Month. And we face off with a preview of the new lacrosse teams at the college. All that and much more on this edition of Courier News TV. Hello and thank you for joining us. I'm Lacrati Cios. The College Due page numbers have gone up this spring. In spring of 2023, the college's head count was 23,803, and for this year, it has increased to 26,444. That is an 11.1% increase. COD and other community colleges in the state have struggled with numbers since the COVID pandemic hit back in March of 2020. Today, the annual Black History Month celebration concluded with a closing ceremony, A Taste of History. Students and faculty are saying goodbye to an amazing month full of educational lectures, performances, and panels on African American cultures and influences.
Out of those who have been really powerful influencers in my life, I would say Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is a really powerful influencer because of what he did in terms of exhibiting the courage to love beyond himself. And I think the fact that he faced some tremendous odds and a lot of confrontation, especially in the 60s, he could have been a very successful minister. He could have been a very successful businessman. He was extremely intelligent. And as a matter of fact, I think he graduated from college when he was nothing but like 16 years old. So he definitely had a lot in terms of intelligence. But what he decided to do is show the importance of how we as humans should love and care about one another. And that was a big part of his struggle, and that what influences my work at College of DuPage. Well, hopefully this event helps to explore the exchange in cultural learning from a perspective of sharing music, from a perspective of bringing awareness to other types of culture through food. So we also have food at this event, which is Caribbean food. As you can hear, we have reggae music, which is a big part of the Jamaican diaspora, which helps to spread different cultures throughout the world and bring some of that to College of DuPage. I'm hoping that something like this can actually show that College of DuPage is a relevant place, that we identify with a variety of different cultures, and that people are excited to learn in environments such as this.
History is, as well as other races, and acknowledging those events, those months, and those programs that we have, and making sure that we're having a collaborative effort to make new initiatives for the future students who come on campus.
For more information on Black history, visit the Center for Student Diversity and Inclusion, room 2225 in the Student Services Center. On campus, online elections for the COD Student Leadership Council will take place Wednesday, March 13th and Thursday, March 14th. Everyone enrolled in classes this semester will be able to vote for the student trustee, student body president, and student body vice president. These positions take part in the college decision-making process and are called on by the administration to represent the students. If you'd like to check out who is running, you can go to the Student Leadership Forum on Thursday, March 7th in the Student Resource Center, room 2131. The forum will allow the college community to opportunity to meet the candidates and learn about their positions. All candidates will share their platform statements and take part in a question and answer session. Voting will be done online at chaplife.cod.edu. And for more information about the candidates and elections, contact the Office of Student Life at 630-942-2243. With renovations happening all over campus providing new opportunities, CNTV reporter Billy O'Brien takes a look at the new screening room for the film studies classes.
We're here at the College of DuPage Screen Room, where for the first time in the history of the college, students and faculty alike can enjoy the room where movies will be streamed. The room is located in 1437 at the Berg Instructional Center.
Our growth in film classes has been pretty extensive, and so because of that, we thought that it would be a good time to make the argument that our film students really deserved the best possible experience to watch films.
The screening room hosts many events throughout the year, showcasing older movies for the first 55 people that enter the room.
First and foremost, it is our opportunity to screen films on a big screen for students in a way that they really don't have access to in DuPage County.
The hope is that we can continue to fill this for film students on a daily basis. We've got film classes running in the mornings and in the afternoons, pretty much all week.
The screening room aims to bring more students into the film program, especially students who don't have access to these films in the community.
We have, in the fall and the spring semesters, a film festival. So every Thursday, once a month, we show a film, and then a faculty member leads a discussion about it.
In March, we're showing Wanda, which is a feminist classic about a woman who kind of rejects her typical roles as wife and mother and goes on a little bit of a half of a crime spree with a bank robber. And then we're closing out in April with the heist classic Heat, starring Robert De Niro and Al Pacino.
The program encourages students to see any of their screenings in hopes of finding their next great filmmaker.
The best way, I think, for students to experience this screening room is, of course, to attend one of our free public screenings, but also to take film classes here. There's a lot of great opportunities to learn from experts in the field who really understand how this art form works, and it's really a great opportunity.
As the event goes by, one message remains clear. Anybody is welcome to come and learn about film. For CNTV, I'm Billy O'Brien.
This week, the cosmetology program hosted an event on campus where students came to showcase their work and learn about the up-and-coming cosmetology program. The event also featured industry professionals and the COD cosmetology program. Participants were able to network with companies on employment opportunities and the newest trends in the business. For more information about the cosmetology program, visit their website, cod.edu/cosmetology. Coming up next, we introduce you to the new head coach of the men's inaugural lacrosse team. But first, here is a look at your COD calendar of events.
On March 6th, Chris Sancombe will be featured in the Visiting Artist Series at the college. Chris will be giving a presentation at the Mack Arts Center from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. This event is free and open to the public to attend. College Theater presents The Good Kids. It's a show about the very real aftermath of an assault at a school. Adult themes and language, so parents be advised. Shows are March 7th, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., Thursdays through Saturdays at 8 p.m., and Sundays at 3 p.m. Tickets are $14 per student and $16 for non-students. And on Sunday, March 10th, the Mack Arts Center will be presenting an International Guitar Night from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. in the Belushi Performance Hall. Come and experience a variety of guitar music. Tickets are $48 to $58 to purchase.
Two new teams have entered the field, making them the only junior college lacrosse teams in the Midwest. CNTV sports reporter Biana Yeager introduces us to the newest lacrosse teams to the fold.
Look at the goal. Look at the goal. You have to sell.
I'm here at the College of DuPage football stadium where we're covering the inaugural seasons of the men's and women's lacrosse teams.
I was super stoked about the team when Coach told me that it was a first-year program. I was just super excited to be part of something big. Didn't even know there was a lacrosse program until I was reached out to by Coach Sanford, and really he's been the best for us.
The camaraderie on the team is amazing. Like, everybody gets along super well. The coaching staff is amazing, especially Sanford.
He's definitely intense, and he can push us, but ultimately it's because he wants the best for us, and he wants us to work hard and ultimately achieve what we want to achieve.
We just want to make DuPage proud. We want our student athletes to do well in the classroom and engage with their professors, and get a great experience while they're here, and then move on to bigger and better things wherever that might be.
Not to be overlooked, the women's team is also ready for a competitive first season.
What I look for when I'm recruiting are leaders that are not going to be on the field, but off the field as well.
So we have a pretty unique dynamic because we have girls that have played in high school for a couple years, and then we also recruited girls that have never played lacrosse before.
Anytime you start a brand new program, it's always going to be difficult because you're bringing a group of girls in that have never played together before. But the one thing that we can do is always have that 100% effort, that 100% determination.
So it's one thing when you've never played at the high school level, but the college level is extremely difficult and it can be super intimidating. But it's amazing. Honestly, we have a really great team. I've played lacrosse for almost 10 years now, so just being a part of a team and being able to help my teammates learn.
We're making leaders and growing this program, and it's just going to be a fun season. I can't wait to start playing.
For the men's and women's lacrosse teams, this season is certain to be an exciting one. Reporting for Courier News Television, I'm Biani Yeager.
Joining us now to discuss the debut of the men's lacrosse team is head coach Bill Sanford. Hello, Bill. Thank you for joining us. How did your experience lead you to this coaching position here at the College DuPage?
Well, thanks for having me on. How I got here is kind of a winding road. I spent the majority of my coaching career at the high school level here in Illinois, but I've coached in multiple states, and I did spend 1 year at North Central College, and that was a really positive experience for me. And so when I departed, I knew I wanted to stay at the college level, and I'm also a product of junior college education back in New Jersey. So when the College of DuPage added lacrosse and I got the job, or I applied for the job, I thought it'd be a really good fit. And so a little bit of good fortune, a lot of hard work, and here we are.
Seems like a match made in heaven. So what would you say that your coaching philosophy is going into this season?
Well, the coaching philosophy, I've always, whether I've defined this or not, is really just tried to have the best relationships with my players as possible, being myself all the time and allowing them to be themselves. Certainly emphasizing great values, working hard and persistence and showing up on time and all those good things. But if we can't have a good relationship, it's not going to be a great experience. So we want our student athletes to have a really well-rounded experience here. And if they know how much I care about them and how much I'm willing to do for them and how hard we're willing to work, then it's going to be a positive for everybody.
It seems like you guys have a great culture. So how did you go about recruiting these new talent?
Well, you know, the Chicagoland has a lot of young men and women playing now, so there's a lot of kids out there to speak to, and there's a significant portion of them aren't really sold on the idea of playing at a four-year college, and so we certainly want to look at those guys and pique their interest. Our coaching staff has really strong ties and relationships with local high school coaches and club coaches, so we're always in communication with them. But really, it's about generating, a connection, reaching out via Instagram or a text, and inviting them to campus. And once they're on campus, this place does a really good job of selling itself. It's got great facilities, great faculty. It's incredibly reasonable tuition, so it's an easy place to sell. The hard part is getting them here, but once they're here, we have a really good shot of getting their commitment.
Well, it's great to hear that these guys are put in put in a great environment. So once you're able to meet these guys and practice with them and get to know them a little better, how do you think that these people will fare for the rest of the season against the other programs?
Yeah, well, we're a new program, so there's a big learning curve for us. We compete against mostly four-year colleges because there's no other junior college lacrosse program in the Midwest, and we're really proud to be the first and the only. We certainly want to see junior college lacrosse grow in the future, but our challenge is to go out and try and compete with four-year colleges and sort of put on a good show so that some of our players get recruited by those colleges. So we're at a little bit of a disadvantage just because of that age gap. We don't have many, traditional juniors and seniors. But when it comes to the competition that we'll face at the junior college level, when we take trips to Maryland and New York, we feel like we're working really hard and we'll be well prepared to give those teams as much of a challenge we possibly can as a first-year program. Going forward, the standard of excellence throughout the College of DuPage athletic program is really to become nationally relevant. And being in the Chicagoland market and attracting kids from all over the Midwest, we think we can do that in a short amount of time.
Well, that's great to hear, and that's an inspiring story. And I'd like to thank Bill for being here today. And for more information on the men's lacrosse team, visit their website at gojapsgo.com. Severe weather with heavy hail and reports of tornadoes ripped through the Chicago area on Tuesday, leaving several suburbs damaged by the storms. Kane County was one of the affected areas. Intense thunderstorms were sweeping through northern Illinois. Tornado damage was also reported at Waubonsie Community College, with trees down, light poles smashed, and cars turned around. The Kane County emergency officials are still assessing damages in the Sugar Grove area. And here's a look at your Chaparral weekend forecast. You can expect a high of 47 degrees with partly cloudy skies and a low of 35. For Saturday, it will be sunny and a high of 61 and a low of 47. On Sunday, it will be even warmer with a high of 72 and a low of 52 with partly sunny skies. Looking to your week ahead, you can expect another warm day on Monday with a high of 72 degrees and a 50% chance of rain. And remember, for all your latest weather updates, check out the college's Next Generation Weather Lab at weather.cod.edu. Today marks the once in a 4 years occurrence of Leap Day as February 29th graces our calendars, offering a bonus 24 hours to the year. We found it fitting to ask students how they spent their extra day in this week's installment of Chap Chat.
I spent some extra time with friends and family.
You know, I enjoyed the sun shining, and I got a nice workout in, so it was a good day.
You know, I continued my education, went to class, and I have work after.
I spent my extra day studying all day. That's it, nothing fun.
Thank you for watching Courier News TV. We'll be back next week with a new edition for everyone here at Courier News TV. I'm Lacrati Cios, and have a great weekend.